Ladies and gentlemen, please find your seats and settle down now. The program is about to start. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Our Heavenly Father, we offer you our thanksgiving. We thank you for everyone gathered here today to walk with you. May we ask you for your blessings and guidance so that the activities set for this undertaking be successful. We ask you to open our eyes to see the wonderful things from this activity. We ask that you open our ears so that we may retain the invaluable knowledge. Open our minds for us to think wisely. Put us with understanding, cooperation, and peace in fulfilling our responsibilities. Open our hearts so that we may receive your everlasting love, and open our spirit so that we may know that you are with us all throughout the day. We ask all this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Please remain standing for the Philippine National Anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
You may now be seated. Relentless transformations. inspiring the spark of entrepreneurial spirit, all to drive growth and create a lasting impact. Today, we witness the culmination of the first cohort of startups. Welcome to Startup QC Program's first Demo Day.
Do you know what happens when brilliant minds come together? The start of something great. This year, as the Quezon City government endeavors to create new jobs and opportunities, stimulate entrepreneurial spirit, promote innovation, and strengthen the startup culture in the city, we launched the pioneering StartUp QC program, empowering Q citizens to build innovative business models, enabling solutions to address social issues faced by the country and the world today, with up to 1 million pesos equity-free financial grants for our top startups. From numerous applications assessed for their innovativeness and creativity, sustainability and viability, relevance, expertise, and lasting impact, emerged our top startups, honed through a rigorous process designed to unleash the potential of their promising products and services, application and evaluation, business development, product development. These promising startups have now transformed, ready to boost progress in the city. This year, we are starting up innovation, starting up entrepreneurship, starting up success in Startup QC.
Everyone, magandang umaga. Can I hear a good morning from everybody here? I know it's the morning, but I'm sure you can do better than that. Another one, please. Good morning. There, that is better. It is nice to see those lovely smiles with that good morning. Good morning to everybody here today, to all our executives, our honored guests, our counselors of Quezon City, our partners in this initiative, and to everybody present here today. Welcome to Startup QC's Demo Day. I'm Mika Pineda, your host for today, because today is actually a huge leap forward for Quezon City's rapidly growing startup ecosystem. You know, when we say startup, we think, oh, it's small. It may start out as something that is modest in size, but actually the impact to the economy is so crucial. It really is the way forward. Because aside from the fact that it does generate employment, it also brings out the city's innovators, entrepreneurs, and brilliant minds. And that is why Quezon City continues to offer extensive assistance to inventive, imaginative, and promising business ventures for the purpose, of course, of creating a future filled with opportunities for Q citizens by cultivating a vibrant startup ecosystem. Can I see a show of hands? Yung mga Q citizens na excited for what Quezon City is doing with the Startup QC program. Yes, yes. All my fellow Q citizens, I'm sure we're all very excited and we have a lot to look forward to today. So to kick things off, let's hear from Attorney Rio Rose Santos, Local Legislative Staff Officer 6 of the Office of the Vice Mayor, who will be delivering a speech on behalf of Honorable Vice Mayor Giancarlo Soto.
Hello. Hi, good morning everyone. In behalf of Vice Mayor Gian Soto, I'm Attorney Rio Rose Santos. Unfortunately, he cannot be here right now. Susunod na lang po siya. He's currently in a program, a SIGA program in the City Hall. But he asked me to read his message for all of you. Isipin niyo na lang po na yung gwapong mukha ni Vice yung nakikita niyo ngayon, hindi po ako. So for everyone, my warmest greetings to everyone here right now, to Sir Jay of Leipo, to all of our esteemed guests, and to everyone around, a blessed day to all of you. We are deeply honored to welcome all of you in the first Startup QC Demo Day. We see our awe-inspiring entrepreneurs that are here with us today to showcase your respective businesses, such as the Bamboo Impact Lab, the EdukSine Production Corporation, ITOOH Furniture and Design Incorporated, Indigo Artificial Intelligence Research, and lastly, Wika. We believe here in Quezon City that our inspiring entrepreneurs are more than ready to pitch your businesses to us all. Ready na kayo. And let us listen and take profound interest in their craft and passion as they progress through the business development phase of this program. With that being said, let us show our heartwarming support for our startup finalists by cheering them from start to finish. After all, here in Quezon City, we believe that our shared vision of a flourishing and progressive community economy starts with supporting and strengthening the startup culture here in our city. By fostering this growth, we also enable the seed of innovation and entrepreneurial skill set to reign in the minds of our Q citizens. Sabi nga po sa Philippians 2 verses 3 and 4, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves and not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of the others. With this in mind, we see that all of the businesses here right now embody this vision. So let us keep supporting one another and root for each other's success. Once again, we welcome all of you to the first Startup QC Demo Day. Be inspired and light the torch of hope to other people. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Attorney Rio Rose Santos. And of course, thank you very much, Honorable Vice Mayor Gian Soto. Okay, we are off to a great start, but from one brilliant mind, from Vice Mayor, we also have another brilliant mind who will be speaking with us today. From the co-founder and CEO of Grocery Inc., a tech-enabled B2B platform that helps over 1 million sari-sari stores get better service level, assortment, and access to new services, outfitting them with both the infrastructure and tools they need to transform themselves. From simple FMCG outlets to comprehensive service hubs for the nation's grassroots communities. Ladies and gentlemen, to share about his own journey as a startup founder, join me in welcoming Mr. E.R. Rollan.
Good morning, everyone. Everyone having a good day today? A proud product of the great city of Quezon City. It's really good to see that initiatives like this is happening. No? I am Batang Tandang Sora. I grew up in Tandang Sora. I studied in Claret School of Quezon City for my elementary. And I am a scholar of this city. I finished high school in Quezon City Science High School. And I am a scholar of the country. I graduated in the University of the Philippines in Diliman, Quezon City. So I would say that my formative years up until I became an adult was really formed by this great city. Little did I know that it would influence me greatly into the business that I'll eventually be setting up, into what is sort of is taking most of my time now. Before I begin, I wanted to sort of look at this picture. No? On the right-hand side, of course, we all know 7-Eleven. Their stores are beautiful, well-lit, air-conditioned. And then to the left-hand side, your right, you see a humble sari-sari store. And you'll notice that the stores who are in the sari-sari stores are, the customers are sometimes shirtless, di ba? They choose to, as we say, tambay in that store versus spend time in a more formal store. Nothing against 7-Eleven, of course. But one would think why that's the case, right? If you go to a sari-sari store, you're probably able to access credit and, get a piece of canned good or, buy instant noodles on loan and just pay it when you have the time. But you can't do that in a formal store. And I think Mika mentioned it earlier. I'm not sure if every one of you knows that there is 1 million sari-sari stores in the Philippines. And collectively, they move about $25 billion of products every year. And I did not know that, of course, growing up. This is a nice anecdote. And you'd ask yourself, why in 2023, the sari-sari store ecosystem is still growing? There must be a reason why. I think besides the economic importance of just their sheer size, they're also contributing to the fact that they are really the center of commerce in each of their communities. So when I started working, I learned about them a bit more from the lens of the company or from the manufacturers. I think some of these stats you would already know. There are more than 1 million sari-sari stores in the Philippines. I think this is just before GCash became bigger. About 70% of all cash transactions happen in sari-sari stores, right? And they truly are present in every nook and cranny of the country. So when I get to understand that from the side of the manufacturer, we realize how inefficient that supply chain is. So because I'm such a small sari-sari store, even though collectively we're worth $25 billion, I don't have access to suppliers, right? If I'm a supplier, I have to appoint a distributor. The distributor will sell to a bigger wholesaler that will sell to a smaller wholesaler that will eventually sell to a small sari-sari store. So it's sort of like a zero-sum game. The sari-sari stores are the center of the community, but the companies don't have access to them. And in this model, what ends up happening is that the sari-sari stores get the products at a fairly high price, right? And they don't get support from the companies. So it is when we started a company called Grocery in 2016. Grocery is a wordplay of grocery and growing sari-sari stores in that sense, because 90% of the business of these stores are really reselling fast-moving consumer goods. And our goal was to disintermediate that supply chain via technology and through digital so that companies can have access to these 1 million sari-sari stores directly. So how does it work? A sari-sari store can download the Grocery app and can simply place an order, and Grocery basically does all of the work. We procure from companies directly, we do warehousing, we do logistics, and we bring products to over 250,000 sari-sari stores in 24 provinces all across the Philippines in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So what is super interesting here is that, I guess, what is the relevance of this in today's event, no? Growing up in the streets of Quezon City, you wouldn't really take notice much because you would think that sari-sari stores is just common fare. But actually, a lot of the bright ideas that come, that sort of bring into fruition entrepreneurships and new businesses, really come from day-to-day problems and pain points that we all experience. And by taking a slightly different lens to it, we can sort of create a much, much bigger business opportunity. And that didn't stop us. We realized that once we're able to establish a logistics infrastructure that connects companies directly to sari-sari stores, really the sky's the limit. So the fact that sari-sari stores are now using mobile apps to do their day-to-day commerce, we realized, why stop there, right? If sari-sari stores are already selling telco load, di ba? Why do they have to do it on 3 different SIM cards and 3 different smartphones if they can all do it in a consolidated wallet? We ask ourselves, why do the communities have to still pay for tricycle to go to the center of the town just to process a bill payment if there's a sari-sari store, stone's throw away from their house? Why do they still have to go to a remittance center that is potentially far away from their house if there is a sari-sari store right around the corner? So the idea that we are able to bring all these digital products into every single sari-sari store does 2 things, right? It creates more convenience opportunities for every single Filipino to access these products, but it also legitimizes the sari-sari stores as the true service hub in the community. This means, 8 new businesses for them that they can now do on top of just selling instant noodles and corned beef and soft drinks. And then we realized that if you give sari-sari stores more businesses, they would actually need working capital, right? Hindi naman pwedeng walang investment para mag-grow. And so there's an entire fintech line of business that we've started to explore also, which is, if you can understand the business of a sari-sari store, then you can credit score them. And if you can credit score them, you can give them some form of a working capital relief to help them grow their business. We've also realized that as the end consumers move to digital payments, and probably most of us would have some form of an end consumer wallet already, for the entire payment ecosystem to also go digital, you also need MSME to be digitized. So in partnership with DSP and some of our other banking partners, we are bringing forth universal QR codes into sari-sari stores so that any Filipino with a digital payment mechanism can pay digitally to a sari-sari store. That way, we're sort of able to complete the loop. So that's what Grow Sari is. I wanted to share this with you because, like I said, sari-sari store as a construct, we think, ganyan na yan eh, di ba? When I was born many, many years ago, who would have thought that sari-sari stores could not only be part of digitization or financial inclusion, but in fact actually be the catalyst of driving that for the country. So we in Grow Sari have the pleasure of doing that. And I wish that all of our startup participants today go through the same journey of growth and impact. As of today, we stand to be one of the biggest, most valuable startups in the country. We have over 200,000 sari-sari stores and growing. And we aim to be in every single city in the Philippines so that we can impact more sari-sari stores' lives and impact more communities that are present among those. So hopefully that helps, maybe just as a way of a few messages to the participants in today's event. I think please, don't stop yourselves from thinking big. In every pain point, there's always a big idea that's waiting to be unlocked. But always go for the biggest idea that you can think about. I've also learned in my 7 years of doing startup that 90% of the success is actually reliant on our ability to execute, not on our ability to write slides and write strategies. So I encourage all of you to continue to test new things, learn, just do it. And the learning comes, you adjust, you're agile enough to sort of evolve. That's essentially the not-so-secret sauce of startup. Also focus on business models, not just products, because business models are the ones that tend to last and the ones that will give you resilience, especially in tough times. Don't forget or don't underestimate how important culture is, especially in the beginning, most especially in the beginning. So as you slowly build your team, choose your co-founders, choose your investors, make sure that you share a common set of values, because that's also what's going to help you succeed in the long term. And lastly, be agile, right? You're in the process of building, and as you build, expect to always rebuild. And as part of that rebuild effort, learn how to adjust. That's it for me. Congratulations again on the city of, on the office of the administration of Quezon City, and to all the participants of today's event. I would looking forward to seeing all of you succeed and for this program to get more traction in the coming years. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, E.R. Rolian. Very, very inspiring indeed. I'm sure our startups that will be presenting today was more than inspired, really, because they can probably imagine, oh, one day at like the 20th Startup QC Day, it will be my turn to be the keynote speaker. Or maybe malay mo by next year, right? Not that long away from now. But okay, right now it is time to hear about Startup QC from none other than the head of the Local Economic Investment Promotions Office, or LEPO, Mr. J. Gatmaitan.
A pleasant morning to all of you. It is with great pleasure that I address you today as we gather here to commemorate the first demo day of the Startup QC program. As we are well aware, this groundbreaking initiative serves as a testament to our city's unwavering commitment towards developing, strengthening, and nurturing the startup ecosystem within Quezon City. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the members of the program committee who are here with us today and have been heavily involved from the evaluation and screening phase of the program to demo day. From the Office of the City Mayor, led by Honorable Mayor Joy Belmonte, from the Office of the City Administrator, Mike Alimurong, representing our City Council, Councilor Irene Belmonte, from the Small Business and Cooperatives Development and Promotions Office, Ms. Mona Yap, from our Youth Development Office, Ms. Lynn Dividina, from our Education Affairs Unit, Ms. Maricris Veloso, and last but not the least, from Quezon City University, Dr. Tere Atienza. To say that the past few weeks have been productive and eventful would be an understatement. Our 5 pioneering startups, Bamboo Impact Lab, EdukSine, Indigo Research, ITOOH Homestyle, and Wika have been immersed in various coaching and mentoring sessions meticulously tailored to address their unique requirements. In their journey, we've had the privilege of observing firsthand their unwavering determination, commitment, and eagerness to acquire knowledge and evolve. We want to emphasize that the city's support does not end here. In addition to the learning, engagement, and development sessions, we have numerous exciting opportunities planned for our cohort. After today, each participant will embark on the product development phase of our program. This phase takes their journey to the next level by offering venture acceleration assistance, where we will continue to offer the necessary support to each startup, and clients eagerly awaiting your presentations. This event stands as one of the most significant opportunities for you to expand your influence, establish your brand, and exhibit the unique capabilities and offerings that you bring to the table. Undoubtedly, everyone is eagerly anticipating each of your pitches. However, before we delve into that, allow us to take a moment to showcase the incredible journey that each of you has embarked upon through this video presentation.
They answered the call of innovation, and today we relish the journey it has been. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the brilliant minds leading innovation in the city today, our 5 top startups.
From almost 70 applicants, down to 5 trailblazing startups. Creative, brilliant, inventive, passionate. Empowered through a series of immersive coaching and mentoring sessions. And formidable challenges. This year, we put their ideas to the test. Honing innovators so they can incessantly unleash their full potential and make an impact sure to make a difference. Today, they are determined. Further driving the city's economic development, making Quezon City the innovation and startup capital of the Philippines.
The program has definitely impacted us greatly. With how it's been going, we've been able to interact with so many different people and meet so many of our gracious mentors who have been able to help us and explore the different avenues that our business may be able to, to tackle in the outside world. I guess, like right now, being able to share what we know, what we're passionate about with the city, QC, and probably even people throughout the country that may be able to hear our message and our interests and could be, maybe able to help and be interested in working with us.
I've done so many researches on bamboo, but I don't commercialize the technologies. I pass them on to communities or other organizations. So this is the first time for me to really get into commercialization of a technology that I invented, and so it's really a startup for me at my age. During the first day, when we met everybody, we were like informed that the purpose of the startup is the vision of the QC LGU is for QC to become like the Silicon Valley of the Philippines. So, wow, it made me feel so proud to be part of this mission of the QC LGU. So, yeah, so thank you so much to QC Startup Program. We have the wings to take off the ground.
So one of the biggest things we're doing right now is providing AI training for everyone, again, making AI accessible. And seeing how the LGU, specifically the QC community, has maybe adopted AI, or rather not adopted AI specifically, that provides us an opportunity to build that program. We're working to partner with universities, companies based in QC, to see how we can demystify AI for everyone, and not just provide AI for the corporations, the big guy, but we also want to make AI accessible for everyone. You don't need to be a technologist. You could be a sari store owner. You could be a preschool teacher, and you can use AI to empower your everyday work.
Startup QC chose startups with social or environmental impact. I think kudos to the administration for deliberately doing that. I think that was intentional to balance and complement whatever traditional economic development they're doing with social and environmental impact. Well, as you know, we aim to serve people with disabilities, which is largely a marginalized segment of society. Businesses and policymakers often pay lip service to accessibility and inclusion. So that's probably the biggest hurdle, the biggest challenge. But long-lasting systemic changes don't happen overnight. So it takes patience and perseverance. But thankfully, we have QC as partners, and hopefully we can leverage that relationship for scaling up and making a wider impact.
Here dito sa EdukSine, we have a competitive advantage with other streaming platforms na mga malalaki like yung Netflix, Viva Max, kasi we focus on education. So we use films as a platform for education by partnering with schools and government offices. Sa pamamagitan po ng Startup QC, ma-amplify yung reach namin na maabot nga yung mga masang Pilipino. And aside from that, gusto din namin na ma-develop yung critical thinking and pagiging maka-Pilipino or makabansa ng mga taga Quezon City sa pamamagitan ng pagsuporta sa sarili nating mga Filipino films.
Our mission here at ITOOH Homestyle never changed since day zero. Our mission really is to transform the ways by which Filipinos furnish their home by making it really easy and convenient, from product discovery to final delivery of home and office furniture. That's essentially our North Star metric as a startup.
Coming out of this, we're looking to hopefully have a more, definitive way forward. We have several programs and products that we've been toying with for a while, and this cohort has helped us sort of get a clear picture on exactly what we want to do next or where we want to take the business after this cohort.
I guess I just want to sort of recognize their commitment to supporting early stage startup like us. That truly means a lot to us. Whether that's a network support or a financial support, we need
help.
Every support we can get from local government unit. And I'm so proud, incredibly proud of Quezon City being at the forefront of this commitment.
Startup QC has been such an eye-opening experience.
It's a journey that we will all cherish as we continue to grow our company.
The price of the financial grants would be a great bonus, definitely. But definitely the learnings are more priceless.
We've come so far, but we've got a long way to go.
With Quezon City supporting and empowering us, this is surely just the beginning.
A round of applause for our top 5 startups. Wow, that has been so impressive. You've really been seeing them, hard at work. And I can't wait, and I'm sure you all can't wait to hear about the journey that they've really been through. Countless hours of hard work, perseverance, pouring their time, skills into something they're passionate about that will help the community, not just Quezon City, but the entire Philippines, and who knows, the world. Okay, but we are also joined by our honorable guests for today, so let's take time to acknowledge their presence. Majority Floor Leader Dorothy Delarmiente, Councilor Joseph Huico, Councilor Irene Belmonte. And let's take the time to hear a few words from our City Administrator, Michael Alimurong.
Good morning, everybody. This is completely impromptu, no? So don't expect any prepared speeches in this regard. I think this is really a culmination of a long journey that we started. I think we started our conversations on Startup QC, wow, more than a year ago, probably? Probably more than a year ago. And this event is a testament to the hard work that everybody's put in. As Jay would have said, you know, this is really a combination of your government with the academe, the private sector, investors, and of course all the startups together putting up something like this. And the intent is to really make Quezon City, you know, the hub for startup community in the Philippines, if not globally. You know, we don't want to aim only here. We're trying to go all the way there, no? And that's really the intent. So that's the vision that Quezon City is setting forward. And we're calling everybody to do the same thing. We started, again, about a year ago, and we continue to churn the ideas and the initiatives and the partnerships to make sure we can make something happen. And this is, seeing all of you here is really a boon for all of us, because it says that there's really a good demand for this, there's a community. And on our side as Quezon City, this is something that we're asking all of you as well. Tell us what more you need. And we can throw out all the plans here that we have, and there's a lot. I'll name, for example, something that the startup group is working on today, is we are I think already launched, no? The business plan competition for students. And that's intended to really get everybody thinking of businesses. Right? We're putting the full weight of the Quezon City government behind it. The applications are available online, and we hope every single student, all you need to be is either enrolled in a Quezon City school or be a Quezon City resident. And even if you're not, as long as you have a good friend who is, your team is fine. It only needs one of you to be. Right? And the idea is to make everybody think about it. We can look at all the social services that we want and all the ayuda that you want. If we really want to pull ourselves out, we have to build entrepreneurs. And I mean, that's the answer here, that one of the answers we're looking at. We can work on all the systems. We need to build entrepreneurs. We need to build people who create good companies, successful companies, create jobs for everybody else. And so we're putting the weight behind it. And that's just one of the things that we're looking at, no? We're also looking at, and this one we'll not invent the wheel, no? We got this from outside. You know, we're looking at putting up a co-working space. I know there's co-working spaces there. Don't be alarmed. Quezon City is looking up having putting up its own Startup QC co-working space as well to encourage people to remain here. And we'll work with those who already exist to make sure we don't cannibalize each other. We help each other. Now that's our goal. It's to build the ecosystem, make it as big as we can. And we're looking at that as well. And this is something that's done in other places. I know some of us who look at Israel model did the same, and they end up doing that. So we're looking at a co-working space really at QC. In the Quezon Memorial Circle, and this is also in the works, and hopefully it's done by mid-next year, will be the QC Innovation Hub. So one of those buildings at the QCX Museum is going to look like that. And we hope it's a place where you just come, you with the lounge chairs maybe, and the internet connections there, so that you can really just mingle with other people and show what you've done. Even in Quezon City government building itself, some of our offices are being converted to have co-working spaces. So we're looking at that because we believe we ourselves need to do it. And so all of these things are there. And as Quezon City government, this is again the start of a long journey. And the initial 5 startups that were awarded, kudos to them for doing that. It doesn't mean that the other 70 who have applied were not worth it. In reality is, all of them were pretty good. Everybody, if we had all the money in the world, we would fund all of them. This is the reality. And we would love to have done that. And that's why we're pulling all the community together, because we need everybody to support it. We would want to have funded all 70. And in some cases, it's just a matter of which missions aligned better at that point. Not that they weren't good business models. I hope they all make money and employ everybody else. That's the goal. So even if they're not in the 5 that we picked initially, we're happy if they continue to work with us, because we'll continue to provide the support. You have a problem with your business permit, Margie's there and the rest of the team will go figure it out. We'll find a way to make sure it complies, and we do it quickly as possible. Building permit will help you too. Tax incentives we're working on. Rest assured, we are working on the tax incentives. So we're looking at that, what those should be for startups, for certain types of businesses. We're looking at all of it. But as mentioned, we need everybody together. We ourselves in the Quezon City government will be the first to admit we don't all have the manpower, the brain capacity to do everything that needs to happen. We need everybody. And with that, we hope this is the start of a long journey. We hope that more startups, if you know anybody else, please tell them apply. If they didn't win, reapply. If they've refined their idea, apply. There's no harm in applying multiple times. Walang nawawala. After all, who wouldn't want free money? So it's grant money, right? No, because the intent of the Quezon City government is to grow the startup community. This is a conversation we had at the very start. The intent was never to make Quezon City more money. That's why you'll notice the grants are completely equity-free, right? The intent is, how do we grow the community? How do we support people? And I think that's what Quezon City is trying to do with the help of all of you. So I won't anymore, again, totally impromptu. I just wanted to make sure everybody got a full sense of what it means to us. And again, all the credit to the people who worked on it, Jay and the rest of their team, with the full support of Mayor Joy, who is present. Thank you very much. Again, without Mayor Joy's support, this would not be possible. And we hope to continue to provide the support for years to come. And let's work together to make Quezon City really the startup capital of the Philippines, if not the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Michael. That was very, very valuable to all of us here to know, and I'm sure our startups are even more excited. But right now, let's of course acknowledge the presence of Honorable Mayor Joy Belmonte. Thank you, Mayor, for joining us. Okay, we're all fired up, we're all excited. It is now time to go into the presentations. Our first startup has exhibited immense potential in combating harmful chemicals within the cosmetics and beauty industry by producing high-quality bamboo-derived products to address environmental and health concerns. Please give it up for Adrian Embuscado, representing Bamboo Impact Lab.
Good morning, everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful morning so far. And I would dare to say that things will only get better from here on out. So if you would allow me to kick things off, let us introduce ourselves. We are Bamboo Impact Lab. We are your first presenter for today for QC Startup's first cohort and the first to make a change in the bamboo silica industry. Now, well, we have found out that majority of the silica in circulation is synthetically made and takes up a lot of resources to be able to mine and extract. Now, here at Bamboo Impact Lab, we have found this as an opportunity to be able to address a two-pronged problem. The first problem or opportunity rather, that we will take advantage of, is the conversion of bamboo waste to high-grade silica. Only 30 to 50% of bamboo is utilized here in the country, and typically leaves are discarded. So we will take advantage of that, and to be able to create what people perceive normally as is bamboo leaf extract, which is a naturally, environmentally friendly source of silica. And bambusil, as we like to call it, comes from the perceived waste of local processing centers. Now, let's go a bit deeper into it. Silica is normally found in two ways, either in supplements such as capsules or in the form of extracts. And three of the markets where there are normally big silica usage are in food, pharmaceuticals, and for our focus, cosmetics. Now, forgive me for the numbers on the screen. However, over the past few years and projected for the years to come, there has been a continuous scene of the increase of value of bamboo extract in value. Now, our second point is that there is a huge number of products within the cosmetics industry that use silica, a whopping 82%. However, I have to emphasize as well that this would also include the environmentally harmful forms of silica that we find. Combining that with the fact that 4 out of 5 consumers are now shifting to products that are more environmentally friendly, what better to take the opportunity than to introduce our environmentally friendly bamboo leaf extract that is able to produce silica, which is able to help and be a part of a whopping big number of products in the market. Now, how exactly are we going to be able to introduce ourselves into the market? By presenting 2 different products. Our first are what we call bambusil capsules, which are sold directly to consumers as a form of supplement, as they have beauty properties such as seen on screen. Next would be bambusil extract, which we sold more to businesses, and in this case, cosmetics companies, as they can be used as an ingredient towards refining different kinds of products, such as the feel and texture are some of the different properties that it can help increase. Now, we have been in constant discussions with different companies in order to be able to help develop, produce, and implement our bambusil into a larger scale to be able to become a bigger player in the market, to be able to disrupt those harmful chemicals that are currently in circulation. But what exactly do we have to show for that? Well, due to the importance of silica within the human body, providing us with features such as healthy bones and brighter skin, we can say that this emphasizes the power that the market has in the aforementioned numerics that we have presented earlier. The use of the proprietary technology that we have is unique to our business, as we use the knowledge of our founder, who has 30+ years of experience, to be able to create a product that is healthier, not just for you, but for everyone as well. And lastly, silica from homegrown bamboos processed by homegrown communities. To simply put, it's 100% Filipino. Now, we have been talking about the different forms of harmful silica, but let's go a bit deeper into that. There are numerous types of silica sources, but to be able to emphasize what differentiates us from them, due to bamboo's regenerative nature, we only need to be able to plant them once to be able to get a continuous stream of supply from them, as we are able to take their perceived waste and we don't have to actually harm the source itself. However, we have to also justify. Just because that we are doing a more naturally friendly process does not mean we have to sacrifice the quality and usefulness in competition. Now, let's go a bit deeper into the plant extract market. How exactly does our product par in comparison to those that are similar to us? Well, I am glad to say that with the continuous research and testing that we have developed in comparison to those products that are commercially available, here at Bamboo Impact Lab, we can say with great pride that our products are not just on par, but even more superior to those that are available. Now, who exactly are parts of the team who's able to present this to you today? Well, for starters, we have our founder, Dr. Annette Rigon, who has been able to use her 30+ years of experience to be able to provide with you the business we're presenting today. Dr. Fabian Deirit, a national scientist and professor at the Ateneo de Manila University. Dr. Al Serafica and engineer Alex Belonio, who has been helping us with production facility and equipment design respectively. Dr. Elmer Soriano, who has been our coach for leadership and innovation. And yours truly, Adrian Emboscado and Eisenhower Yu, who have been able to help with the business development for the silica industry. Working with greener products for a healthier planet. So let's make a change, shall we?
Thank you very much, Adrian Emboscado, representing Bamboo Impact Lab. You know how very interesting to see bamboo being used aside from, you know, the usual furniture or decor. Who knew? Who knew bamboo had health and beauty benefits and so much more? I want to see a show of hands actually, because I'm really curious. If you just found out that bamboo had this kind of use today, can I see hands up? Like if you just found out that you can use it for health and beauty? Quite a number. Okay. We wish you all the best, Bamboo Impact Lab. Next up, we have a new and unconventional platform that aims to provide contextual and transformative film content to audiences and meaningful engagement and sustainable support to independent Filipino film producers, directors, actors, and film marketers. Please give it up for Karen Salutan, representing EdukSine.
EdukSine, where education meets the magic of compelling independent films. EdukSine is an online and offline streaming platform for educational and socially relevant films. I am Karen Jane Salutan, and I'm the founder and CEO of EdukSine. Did you know that the people from Pasig, Kalinga, they have to travel 2 hours by land to go to SM Tugigaraw if they want to watch a movie inside the cinema house, and it will cost them 1,000 pesos. Same as the people from Mindanao State University in Tawi-Tawi. They have to travel 17 hours by boat if they want to watch a movie in KCC Zamboanga or an hour by plane. And the travel cost is 3,000 to 7,000 pesos. Here in the Philippines, there are about 100 independent films that are being produced every year, and yet independent filmmakers and producers are struggling to have an audience. Meet Peri Escaño, the director of Ang Guro Kong Di Marunong Magbasa from Sinimalaya 2017. And he is also one of the filmmakers who is struggling to have an audience. And this is Siti, a student from Mindanao State University in Tawi-Tawi. And she doesn't have access to quality independent films because in Tawi-Tawi, there are no cinemas. It's so disheartening to witness that people like Siti do not have access to quality independent films. And only Filipinos who live in key cities where there are cinemas can appreciate and can access our quality independent films. And our solution is EdukSine that will allow people from the far-flung communities like City to have an access with quality independent films that finally she can afford, and an opportunity for independent filmmakers like Peri Escaño to have an audience and to recoup his investments. And aside from that, EdukSine will allow him to showcase the beautiful message of Ang Guro Kong Di Marunong Magbasa, which is about the value of peace and education. And this movie is top-billed by Councilor Alfred Vargas. And EdukSine will help to increase the awareness and appreciation for Filipino culture and traditions, to promote education and literacy, and to foster or to bridge the gap between the filmmakers and their audience. And here are the collaborators and beneficiaries of EdukSine, the independent filmmakers and producers. In EdukSine, we have 3 types of block screenings: online using the website, face-to-face in cinemas, schools, and government offices, and hybrid, which is a combination of online and face-to-face block screenings. For the revenue streams of EdukSine, we have B2B. We're charging 30,000 pesos per block screening. like schools and government offices, and B2C for 100 pesos via pay-per-view for individual users. So soon, once we have the enough funding and we have at least 200 films, we will be launching our monthly subscription model. And EdukSine is not just making a wave here in the local scene, we're also making a noise in the international market with the help of Philippine embassies and Filipino communities all over the world. And